Samsung NBA Summer League at the Thomas and Mack Center in Vegas. Thanks, Turbo. Nice shirt. I'm J.E. Skeets. Thanks for joining us, guys. To my right, it's the international man of mystery taking it to the max, Lee Ellis. Lee, and next to him, running for president, I guess, Starters blog editor Trey Kirby.
Hey-o!
Hey-o! Not bad. All right, fun show here at Saturday night from Vegas. Jordan McRae, Cavs guard and NBA champ, is going to join us live on set. Put some respect on his name. He'll join us here. We got a lot of fun tonight. But let's get to some highlights from the quarterfinal action from today. We have some amazing games, and we start with the Suns and Nuggets. Tyler Ulis and the Suns taking on those Nugs. He had another great game, kicks it out to Dragan Bender, 4-3. Rough shooting night for the Dragon, 3 of 12, but 9 points. Tyler Ulis in the fourth, drives by Hernan Gomez.
Ooh, yeah.
Lays it in
Nice
to take the
finish.
lead. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Crafty.
Beautiful finish by the little guy there. Under 30 seconds to go, Denver down to Jamal Murray. Sinks the jumper. Shout out to Kitchener, Ontario. Canadian boy there. 1.5 seconds remaining. Bender gets fouled. This was a tie game. He's fouled. He goes to the line with 0.4 left. He's just got to hit one.
It's over.
He's
Gotta hit
Orlando
one.
Blackman.
It's a little short. It's a little short.
That's all right.
That's
That's
all right.
okay.
He's got a second one.
Yeah,
He's
put
got
a
a
bit
second
more
one.
on it.
He misses that.
Too
No.
much.
He misses that. We're headed to overtime. 10 seconds.
Bender.
10 seconds left in overtime. Still tied. Jamal Murray. He almost loses it here. He does lose it, but he gets it back and
All
lays it
part
in.
of the plan.
29 points, game high for him. Phoenix up 2, but 1.8 seconds remaining. It's too much time. It's too much time for Tyler Ulis. Gets the ball back. Deep three. Splash. Game. Suns win. Suns win. What a game. 82-81. They advance to the semifinals. Look how deep this is.
deep.
Wow.
Deep three from Tyler Ulis. And they advance. What a game. That was the first game of many great games here, and we're going to get to the rest of them and show them to you. But first, we talked about it with this Suns team early in Summer League, before Trey was even here, when he was still having babies. We were talking about Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Devin Booker, he's too good to be here. But that whole time, Tyler Ulis, their second-round pick, was playing just as well as them, and now that Booker's not playing anymore, you can see it.
Yeah, and you know Dragan Bender's buying dinner tonight because he missed those 2 free
Yeah,
throws.
right.
But Tyler Ulis coming out there. The confidence I love in this guy, you know. He knows that even though he's a smaller guy, he can go out there and be pretty devastating with his stutter steps and his driving, his penetration, and he's confident to knock down a shot too. We saw a couple of these three-pointers. Shooting the ball, not a great day, 7 for 19 shooting, but it doesn't really matter when you hit the big one at the end.
That's right.
Absolutely. Huge shot from Ulis and the Suns, looking good. All right, keeping the highlights coming here. It's the Wolves and the Raptors. Karl Anthony Towns rocking a sleeveless Metallica tee like nothing else matters. As he watches in the second off the DeLon Wright miss. Jakob Poeltl
Jakob Poeltl?
with the putback, 6 points, 7 boards for him. In the fourth, though, scary moment here for the Raptors. DeLon Wright, he suffers a separated right shoulder. Yes, he would leave the game and not return. X-rays were negative. So we're sending our best, of course, to DeLon Wright. Scary stuff there. Later in the fourth, though, close game. Tyus Jones with the steal gets the layup in transition. He had 21 points. But the Raps are up 1. But now they're down 3, under 30 seconds to go. Norm Powell
wow.
hits the contested 3.
Wow, that's a tough shot.
This one's tied at 79, but a controversial ending, guys. 1.1 seconds remaining. Tyus Jones catches it, pump fakes, and he draws the foul. But
What?
take a look. That's the Reggie Miller kick if I've ever seen it.
No, Reggie didn't even do that bad.
Yeah, that's
Should
more blatant
not-
than Reggie Miller.
Should
Yeah.
not have gotten those free throws, but he would hit them. The Raps would win. That guy would boo. Karl Anthony Towns would laugh.
And flex.
Yeah, and flex. A controversial ending. It is Summer League, so nothing truly matters in terms of the scores. That all said, though, I feel bad for the Raps because we've heard Norm Powell talk all week long about how they wanted to win this thing. They were the #1 seed, and they do get a little robbed here.
Yeah, and NBA Reddit today was calling it the worst call in Summer League history, which I guess is fair enough because that is the definition of a kick out. He kicks his leg out to draw the foul.
We got to remember though, these refs are also Summer League refs. They're trying to make it in the
Yeah.
NBA, so that was a bad call. But I mean, we don't look at these games and look at, oh my God, the referee cost them the game or anything. It was just a bad call at the wrong time.
Absolutely the wrong call. I had the Raptors winning this whole thing.
Yeah, you were pretty confident.
Oh, man, yeah, nice hat, kid. Great hat there. All right, we did have one good thing happen in this game, though. We had a pigeon.
A pigeon?
We had a summer pigeon. Don't know what that is? Check it out. Ball gets stuck up on top
Wow,
of the
nice.
backboard.
Wow.
But it gets better. It gets better. Bruno He's going to use a ball to pop it out. He replaces a pigeon with another pigeon. Double pigeon. What does it mean?
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Unheard of.
And then Jakob Pertl,
Jakob Pertl?
the big man,
He has a couple of goes at it.
struggling there with the broom, but he eventually would pop it out. All right, good stuff. So many wedgies, so many pigeons. Okay, Kelly Oubre Jr. and the Wiz taking on the Bulls. This one, we go right to the third. Jarrell Eddy, he's going to find Kelly, cutting baseline.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that could be a very solid
Oh,
play.
yeah.
Oubre had 17 points in this one. In the
Uber
third,
nice.
the Bulls would build a lead here. Denzel Valentine hits the three. Then Denzel Valentine, he's going to find OG Bobby Portis. Woo! For the three in the corner, knocks it down. Portis had 17. More Denzel, pull-up three. He had 14 and 10 in this game. But in the fourth, here come the Wizards. Kelly Oubre Jr. in the corner, wide open. Rattles it home. And then Jarrell Eddy, who sounds like a character from Family Matters. He hits a three, cuts the
nice.
deficit to 1. He had 22 points in the game. Final seconds, Wiz down 3. They got a chance to tie it. Who's going to be the Tyler Ulis of today? No, Jarrell Eddy
Another good one, though.
comes up a little short. It wouldn't go. So the Bulls hang on to win 88-85. Your Bulls advance. My Raptors do not, Trey. But Bobby Portis, we've talked about him, I remember last year when he was here, a little bit this year. As a Bulls fan, you know, obviously Noah's gone, Pau Gasol's gone. Do you think there are minutes for OG Bobby Portis to play in that lineup?
I think there are definitely minutes, and I think he will be at the very least the first big guy off the bench, because one thing that we've always loved about him during last summer league, during his couple of stints during the regular season, he plays super hard, and the Bulls said that they were looking to get younger and more athletic, and that to me means they got to start playing their young and athletic guys like Bobby Portis. So
Yeah.
at the very least, he should get a chance to be the first backup big. Maybe he can work his way to a starting role. I love the way he plays. I hope he gets a shot.
I like the way he spreads the floor too,
Yeah,
because he's
sure.
shooting that three-pointer with a lot of confidence, knocking them down at a good clip as well. And that's really the way the game is right now. You need a guy who can step out and knock it down, but he doesn't fall in love with that either. He can sort of go inside and play the inside game as well.
Absolutely. All right, final game here. Just ended minutes ago. It is Cleveland and Brooklyn. Jordan McRae coming into this thing scoring 68 points in his last two Summer League contests. And he stayed hot. He stayed very hot. 12 points in the first quarter. Corner three, and then a little step-back jumper. Kobe!
Oh, yeah.
Kobe! Yeah.
I like that one.
Wow.
Jordan McRae going to join us later on the show. And then a little more Jordan. Looking like MJ there. Hits the three. Cavs were up early. Kay Felder, not to be confused with Phil Elder.
Who?
A beautiful behind-the-back pass to DeAndre Liggins for the three. In the third, more Jordan McRae. Man, pulls up. Gonna get the ball back here, hits the jumper.
Nice.
They're just rolling.
Doing
They're
it all,
absolutely
really.
rolling. More McRae attacking the rim. This was again another close
Oh.
game. Oh, the putback is missed. Going the other way, Sean Kilpatrick lays it in plus the foul. He had a good game for him. Cavs down one. 11 seconds to go.
That's McRae
Excuse me,
time.
it's a tie game. McRae, nothing there. We're going to overtime. Our second overtime game in quarterfinal. McRae,
Wow.
wow.
Good D.
Somehow gets the ball back.
Yeah.
The Cavs would put it away to go on for the 91-83 victory. Jordan McRae, as I said, will join us here very, very shortly. So here's a look at the tournament bracket. We're down to the semifinals. The Wolves, the lowest ranked team of all time here in Summer League, taking on the Suns tomorrow. And we have, in the other side of things, we have the Cavs and Trey Kirby's Bulls.
What a rivalry.
Can the Bulls get past the Cavs this time?
We will
It's been a
see.
long time, Lee.
All right, we got to take a break. Lots more still to come. As I said, Jordan McRae, NBA champ Jordan McRae will join us live on set. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the starters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Steph Curry with the handles there. Good stuff. Thanks for joining us as we wrap up day 9 here at Summer League in Vegas. We've showed you the highlights. Let's give you a little NBA news and notes here. First things first. Today, Miami Heat president Pat Riley, he addressed Dwayne Wade leaving South Beach to go to the Bulls during a news conference. He expressed regret for losing the franchise's all-time leading scorer, and here's a short clip.
I didn't make it happen, and Dwayne left. And so the buck really stops here. I'm not trying to fall on the sword for anybody. I have great regret that I didn't put myself in the middle of it and immerse myself totally in the middle of it. Get in a canoe and paddle to the Mediterranean if I had to. Be in New York when he arrived on the 6th and greet him at the airport. I didn't do that. I wasn't there in the middle of that negotiation, and that's my job.
Yeah, Pat Riley sounding very regretful there. Were you surprised at all by Ryle's comments?
Not really, because I think the Heat took Wade for granted a little bit. I think they thought that no matter what, he was going to return there because he's done that in the past. And I think that Riley thought maybe Wade was bluffing on leaving Miami. I think he thought he doesn't want to go away. This is his best chance to win a championship here unless he joins Cleveland in the East. And I think Riley now knows that Wade was looking for some of to be repaid some of that loyalty that he's shown the franchise by sacrificing money in the past, and he wanted his payday, and Riley wasn't prepared to give it to him.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that. It's still going to be very weird. Very, very weird to see Dwayne Wade not playing in a Miami Heat uniform. All right, keeping with the news and notes here. We were at the pool today where it was quite windy.
That's news.
So windy.
It was trade winds, I believe. It was trade winds. One name that's been floated around in trade rumors this week, it's OKC's Russell Westbrook. Howard Beck of Bleacher Report reported Wednesday that some league executives expect Thunder GM Sam Presti to move the superstar sooner rather than later, and they list the Celtics as the most likely destination spot. So what do you guys think? Is Westbrook a viable trade option here for the Boston Celtics?
Well, the Celtics are going to be in basically every trade rumor for a star from now until probably 2019 because they have so many assets, and Danny Ainge is a guy who loves to make trades. But the Thunder are in a different position now with Westbrook than they were with Durant because they could afford to let Durant maybe become a free agent. They can't do that with Westbrook because you can't lose two superstars for basically nothing. So I do think that there's a little bit more smoke to the trade wins with Russell Westbrook just because the Thunder have to be realistic about where they're going to go in the future without him and Durant.
Yeah, you're right, because if they were to lose both their superstars in consecutive seasons, that would set the franchise
Big
back.
time.
If Sam Presti looks right now and says, well, at least I might be able to get some assets, some draft picks or trade assets, then maybe he makes that move now before Westbrook leaves for nothing.
There are some reports that the Celtics don't want to give up that Nets pick that they own, which you would think would be quite high.
Yeah.
If you were the Celtics, though, and you got that Nets pick, and maybe obviously a young asset or two, they have a lot of guards. Would you make that move for a superstar in Russell Westbrook to pair him with Al Horford, who they just signed?
I mean, the question, of course, is Westbrook is still a free agent at the end of the season. So if you want to give up a huge draft pick asset, you want to make sure that Westbrook is going to commit, which he may not do anyway, no matter where he ends up this season.
This story will not be going anywhere until something obviously happens with Westbrook. All right, finally, guys, some sad news today with the passing of an NBA legend. 7-time All-Star Nate Thurmond died this morning after a battle with leukemia. Let's take a quick look at some of Nate the Great's unbelievable highlights. Check this out.
As big 6'11" Nate Thurmond.
In an era where centers ruled the NBA, Warrior great Nate Thurmond stood tall as one of the giants of the game. Thurmond was best known for his defense. He was one of the premier shot blockers of his era, and his career 15 rebounds per game ranks 5th all time.
Thurmond at 6'11" can be tough under the boards.
Nate Thurmond was an incredible defensive basketball player. He played me as well as Bill Russell. He was strong with his incredible long arms because the top of his reach was like that much more than mine.
Nate Thurmond, one of the great shot blockers we've had in the NBA.
Nate Thurmond would have to be recognized as one of the best defensive players that's ever played the game.
Thurmond also averaged 15 points per game and registered the first ever recorded quadruple double.
He had it all. He had everything. I mean, it was nothing to see him. He got 25 points, 25 rebounds, 15 block shots. I mean, he was incredible.
Nate Thurmond had his number retired by both the Warriors and the Cavaliers. The 7-time All-Star was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1985, and he was voted as one of the top 50 players of the NBA's first 50 years.
I was able to carve out a career that was admirable, and more importantly, I was able to carve out a situation where people respected me and liked the type of person that I was. Long after they've forgotten the last hook shot or block shot, if you are a good person, to me, that's the most important thing.
Welcome back to the starters. Okay, Taco and E-Dog, running for president. Good luck. They're not getting my vote, but we're very
come on, man.
We're very happy to be joined by Cavs guard and NBA champ Jordan McRae. Jordan, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me.
We really appreciate you stopping by. You just finished playing. You guys, your game went to overtime. You were attacking nonstop. You're absolutely killing it right now at Summer League. You came into this game averaging 26, I believe. Put up something similar tonight. What's going right for you right now here at Summer League?
Oh man, just my the coaching staff, my teammates. They just tell me to stay in attack mode. I didn't shoot that well tonight, but we got the win.
You got to the line though.
Yeah,
you got
they couldn't
to the
stay
line.
in front of you. You were going to the line every single time. And is that a big part of the game for you? Is making sure you can get free throws when your shot's not dropping?
It is. Even when you are hitting shots,
Sure.
it's just trying to put pressure on the defense.
Sure.
You're trying to force the refs to make a call.
Absolutely.
What's the experience like for you? You know, coming off the Cavs winning the championship this year, playing alongside LeBron. I know you didn't get a lot of minutes, but you just saw those guys and saw how they played and how they're professional. How does that affect you now?
I mean, just seeing those guys every day, how hard they work. LeBron's the best player in the world, and for him to be the first guy in the gym every day, me seeing that, now I have to get up 4 hours earlier to try to
beat him there.
Try to beat him.
Yeah, talk about, like, your last year was crazy when you think about it, right? Because you were in the D-League. You had a call up with the Suns. You obviously find your way to the Cavs at the latter part of the year. You even play some playoff minutes. And then you win a title. I mean, that's got to be an insane year.
It is. It was
like a dream almost.
Yeah, it was a wild year. I mean, just the fact that, playing in the D-League, taking those 8-hour bus rides to your games, the hotels you're staying in, they aren't that great. But you just got to I keep going.
Yeah, sure.
So I just got to grind through everything.
When you were in the D-League last year, though, you did at the time set the record for 61 points in a game. Russ Smith, I believe, has beaten it since, 65.
Yeah.
So shout out to Russ Smith. But Lee and I were always arguing about the hot hand. When you get hot in a game, you're just feeling it. True or not, it's a real thing.
Oh, no, it's definitely a real thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I think when I had the 61 points, I had like 20 in the first.
Yeah.
After that, I feel like I'm going now.
You're in the zone.
You absolutely couldn't miss. All right, well, let's move on to a little rapid-fire portion of this interview, all right? It's very simple. It's a game called Yay or Nay with Jordan McRae. All right, so we're gonna hit you with some questions, very simple. If you're, pro, you go yay. If you're down on it, you go nay. It's as easy as that. The first one, Trey is undressing here. He is wearing the J.R. Smith tattoo shirt. Jordan, yay or nay, would you wear this?
Nay.
Nay! Oh, poor JR.
I can't wear that.
I mean, this is a pretty singular look for him. It definitely looks better on him than it does on me, but I think I'm pulling it off.
Okay.
I mean, it's a nice shirt for you.
For me, thanks.
Good look.
Yeah, goes well with the beard. Okay, so nay on that one. All right, before we ask you this next question, we got to take a look at this video. This is amazing.
Mary, 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 quite contrary, how does your garden grow? Girl, I bet you I can wed you really nice and slow. Ooh, yeah.
So there's Jordan, Shump, and Kyrie hitting the high notes here.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, the Mary Mary, I love that one. Yay or nay, though, are you the best singer on the Cavs?
Yay.
Oh, yeah! All right. A few days ago, you managed one of the greatest feats in today's NBA game, and that's a wedgie. That is a wedgie that you drop in there. We celebrate every wedgie here.
They're like snowflakes.
Yeah, they're like snowflakes. Yay or nay? Knowing that you were coming on the show, did you mean to stick that wedgie?
No, that was definitely I didn't know it stayed up there for that long either.
You got to let him breathe. That's what the proper etiquette is with a wedgie.
Yeah. Just move on. Sure. All right, final one. Your teammate, LeBron James, he's apparently going to be in town on Monday, and he's throwing a party at the same hotel that the starters are staying at. Yay or nay, Jordan, can you get us in to LeBron's party?
Yay.
Yeah! All right! We're all going! We're taking everyone!
I'm wearing my JR shirt, though.
Okay, excellent. Jordan, we can't thank you enough for coming on, man. Continued success, man.
Thanks so much.
We got a cake.
Oh, we got you a cake.
Yeah.
Wow.
We put on it the Orange Mamba as the nickname.
That's
Yeah, that was my name in college.
And we saw you looking like the Mamba tonight in that Summer League all time. Guys, give it up for Jordan McRae.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
We're going to take one more break. But when we come back, Lily's very solid play. Don't go anywhere. Australian legend Andrew Gaze on the show, and we asked him who he thought was the best Australian basketball player of all time. He had a great response. Finally, the best Australian basketball player of all time, and you can include yourself.
Lauren Jackson.
Great answer.
answer.
Even better timing, Gazy, because last night the Seattle Storm officially retired Lauren Jackson's uniform, Jackson's number 15 jersey, going up in the arena's rafters next to the 2 banners signifying the WNBA championships she helped them win in 2004 and 2010. Congrats to Australia's best.
It's a great moment
Lauren
for Australian
Jackson.
basketball to see her get her number retired.
Absolutely. Speaking of the WNBA, the LA Sparks will attempt to set the record for the best start in WNBA history when they go against the Atlanta Dream tomorrow, right here on NBA TV, 3 p.m. Eastern start. All right, Lily, 4 games on today. Who gets the honor for your very solid play?
Comes from the Chicago Bulls and Wizards game, and it's Denzel Valentine dropping it off to Jack Cooley. Too Cooley for Schooly because he throws down the dunk when he could have laid it in. It's still beautiful. That's what I call a very solid play.
Yep, thumbs going up. Thumbs going up. Whoa.
Nice bouncer.
All right, as for the play of the day, I think it's pretty obvious. We're going back
The wedgie?
to the Suns-Nuggets game. No, that was a pigeon, not a wedgie today. It is Tyler Ulis from 3. Way deep for the win. Suns advance.
Nails it.
Easily your play of the day. On a day where we had a lot of great basketball.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for a thing we'd really like to squeeze in here. It's sort of a highlight that wasn't, so shout out to Tassie. Denver's Axel Tupon. He's going to cross over.
Whoa!
Troy Williams. Down goes the big man, but he misses the layup. It's a highlight that wasn't. It's a great crossover.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
But he misses the layup. You got to hit the layup. Come on, Axel. Come on. Let's take a look at the Samsung NBA Summer League upcoming schedule. Semifinals action tomorrow. Wolves and Suns, Bulls and Cavs. Those times on the board. Eastern. We'll be back at the end of the day to wrap it all up. So join us tomorrow night, which I believe is Sunday.
That's true.
I have no idea.
Every night feels the same
We
right
have
now.
been here way too long. We're having a blast. We'll see you tomorrow night, guys. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, it's not the size of the kid in the fight, it's how willing he is to run back and forth,
I love this guy.
and back and forth, and back and forth, and back and
Embrace the
forth.
night, people.